Well, look, we started off really well. They weathered the storm, and then they made shots down the stretch.
Yeah, look, I think, clearly a game of two halves. Obviously, everything was going right for us offensively in the first half, 49 points. Kept it to 44. I mean, that probably alone, I still think a lot of the shots they made were the shots we wanted them to take. Minus just a handful of breakdowns, and the game's imperfect. You're going to have breakdowns. Unfortunately, just in the second half. I think a combination of some individual brilliance, a combination of them making some really tough shots, a combination of us breaking down in a number of different areas. I think they're little small bite-sized things. I think the biggest momentum shifter in the second half was, I think we got a lot of great shots still. I mean, we scored 74 points, which isn't enough. It's about almost 8 points below the WNBL average, or at least five points. So 7 points below the minimum WNBL average. But they just weren't dropping, and then they were doing a great job of getting downhill, getting us while we weren't quite organised defensively. And I think that was the biggest difference, is we weren't organised defensively quick enough. They did a good job of exploiting us in those areas. And then, obviously, the ball, we looked pretty big for them. So I mean, credit to them. It's a difficult situation. Obviously, we come out obviously trying to lose the game tonight, and obviously game plan was working pretty well. I think just probably a lot of really small things hurt us tonight.
But tonight's game, is it sort of in a way mirror your season, where when you've been on, you've been terrific, and when you haven't sort of been able to defend or get shots, that team's really hurt you?
Honestly, I probably can't think much past that game, but what it probably demonstrated to me is that when you've got everyone available, healthy at the right time, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, for you as a player, when they're getting the run, what do you think you get there as a player where things were just slipping away, and even though you try very hard, what's going through your mind as a player?
Yeah, those ones where we played really good defense and they were still making shots, are tough ones to swallow, and it just seems like it was their night type of thing. They were making shots that we were giving them at points, and as Kennedy said, they were seeing the room pretty big there at one stage. Once they get rolling, they have girls that are confidence players, and once they see the ball go through the rim, it's looking pretty big. So
The season as a whole, I mean, this loss really stings and not late on to go, but as a whole, what sort of message do you give to the club and to the playing group on your season?
It's sometimes really hard to find silver lining in a time like this. Those things generally come upon more reflection. I don't mean this disrespectfully. You're making me pull a rabbit out of the hat right now. It's another winning season. I know it's not, but it's not. It's really an empty. It's an empty win. Because I know we've had more wins than we've had losses, but that's not what we do this for. We do this to play finals basketball. And that was the goal. That's what we're striving towards. So not to get there is, bitterly disappointing. But again, I think probably a couple of wins early in the season could have really helped us. It probably goes back to my same point. Having healthy people at the right time makes a difference.
Sure. And for Ali, you as a player, the same sort of thing. I mean, have you played finals before, or in WNBL?
I have. This one stings to not be there come finals time, especially on the run that we were having, winning 5 in a row, and it felt like we were just building into making a real push into finals. So this one certainly stings, and I haven't individually played finals basketball for a few years now too. So stings individually for me too, because that's where you want to be ultimately, is playing finals basketball.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I actually